Alright folks, and welcome back to the channel. We're here to discuss today's game as Celtic beat Livingston by 4-2 to get Wilfred Nante's second win on the trot as Celtic manager. I'm joined by Liam and Alistair to go over it. How you doing, Liam? And how was your Christmas first and foremost?
Aye, Christmas was good, mate. It was quiet. I look forward to the Christmas dinner the most. So that was a lot of food, to be honest. So I think I'm still digesting that now, but I am fine. I don't really drink much on Christmas Day either, so I wasn't rough the next day, and I didn't kind of carry on to the day. So I'm absolutely fine, and good Christmas overall.
Alistair, how was yours?
Same mate, pretty similar to Liam. I kind of saved my drinking for hopefully Celtic don't ruin it after the derby.
Well, you'll drink either way, to be fair. If we get pumped, you can just fucking drown your sorrows and booze if we win.
Celtic 7, Rangers 6.
Really put it by me, man. Put it by us, man, to do that, honestly. Boys, I mean, the game of the day, I didn't expect that scoreline, to be honest with you. I didn't expect Livingston. I did expect Livingston to score a goal. I kind of go away my prediction, but I mean, to have 4 goals in near enough 9 minutes or something?
4 and 9, mate. 4 and 9.
I think I'm going to hear Josh if you want me to read it out.
If you want.
When they went 1 up after 3 minutes, we equalised after 5. They went back ahead with 8 minutes. We equalised after 10. So it was,
it's just a mental.
It was a wee bit
was 9.
Again, when you play the wee guy and just goes shooting up and doing, that's what it was like.
No, I know it was because I'm not going to lie. When 1-0 there, I thought, here we go again. And I was like, this is just done it. And it was just what I expected Livingston today. Just put the ball into space, try and ruffle the defence up or the lack of defences, I'd like to say, and see what you can get out of them. And then obviously it's a decent finish. He scuffed the finish into the ground. Obviously Tierney, I think, gives the ball away in the midfield.
No.
Ralston just does the...
Rouse.
I mean, it just does Ralston. He just, instead of going to him, he just steps off, and it... But then we get the equaliser, Liam, and you're thinking, we'll kick one, but then we concede again.
Oh, it's a theme under Nancy at the moment, and I'm not just going to blame his system. It's definitely the personnel. I know the system opens up a lot of spaces for the opposition to attack, and Livingston are going to play the long ball and they're going to play loads of balls out of the box. But I mean, I would say Ralston's at fault for the two of them.
Yes.
From what I can remember, he just. We said this off pod. He's not even a proper right back. Never mind right of a back three. So I just don't know what it is. He's just not get the ability. So until we get reinforcements in January or whenever we get that, this is going to be a common theme in these games. I actually was thinking it was going to go like 6-2 or 6-3 today. I just thought it was going to keep going. It's like a basketball game. We said that in the chat, Josh. It was well, you said it. And it definitely was. It was just like just back, forth. But this is to be expected with this system, I think.
Because also we were messaging the group chat we've got, and they seen the messages. It was just like, oh, great, get in, fuck, conceding, fuck, get in. It was just like, I mean, I've never. It was like, right, get on with it. Then I meant, oh, for fuck, what's he doing? You're just like,
oh no, look at that.
Go back to it, honestly, because it's something else. And you can pinpoint exactly where we were in the game at the time, because it was just like, fuck, oh, great, get in. That was good, fuck. It was just.
So as if you've got like bipolar or something, it's like 1 minute you're fucking happy, next minute you're like, oh, fuck. It's like PTSD just kicks in and on. It's like, no, I know this again. It's horrible, man.
By the way, why am I pitching? I swear, kind of how that film was.
Aye, the Tourette's.
It was like dramatic mood swings, especially in that kind of first 8 minutes. But like, and it was just then we get the third goal, which is a really good goal. No, sorry, but
He probably had his best game in a Celtic jersey today.
Negrin.
I really thought it was a good time, and he got a right bad tackle. I don't know if you remember it, where the boy kind of jumped in. And
VAR was checking it for a red card or something, wasn't there? But
I don't think he even got booked for it.
No, he did. To be fair, he did get a bit of the ball. It was just it did obviously look. It did kind of get him through in the follow through. So I don't think that's probably why he's not being booked for it. But I thought Negrin was good. You know, apart from that, I thought he was actually trying to influence the play. The one thing I will say about Negrin, I know he's maybe not only I know the best, player to ever watch, but he keeps going. He's always in this. He's just always the ball seems to always fall to him, and he always seems to be able to do something with the ball.
He's got a knack of being in the right area, hasn't he?
He's always involved.
No. But I mean, we got that goal. It's actually really hard to try and pinpoint everything that happened, to be honest. And then we obviously went in front, then get the penalty kick. Engels, I mean, I don't think it's a penalty, to be honest with you, but in terms of all this fairness rubbish, Liam, it's probably a penalty in current rules, whatever current rules actually comes under these days.
It's all subjective. That's the difference. I heard Chris Boyd, obviously, he thought it wasn't a pen, and take away, what he's like. He's obviously just the pantomime villain, right? But Maeda does slightly nudge the boy. I think Chris Boyd said he shoves him. It's not a shove, it's a nudge. And it's a physical sport, by the way. I think people forget that. You're allowed slight nudges. But I do get if the boy's jumping up and you maybe have a slight nudge, it sets him off balance, and that could even mean his hand goes out. But we've seen one given against Liam Scales, which is similar. It wasn't the exact same, but it was similar. So, and by the way, Maeda's actually getting a slight push on his back as well. So it's like a wee bit of a domino effect. So for me, I mean, as long as the referees are consistent, I'm taking that all day. As long as they don't start, chopping and changing, depending on, the circumstance or situation. But for me, that's a pen. If you're going to be consistent, then I'm happy.
Aye. Alistair, consistency's been the big word. Everybody wants to. The big buzzword that people want to throw about it. So, in that sense, it's a penalty. But
the one Hibs go to Easter Road, that was given. So, and I didn't think that was, to be fair. But as Liam says, if you're as long as you're consistent with it. But the thing is, you'll watch plenty of highlights. I think there's a very low bar up here in terms of VR decisions. I think we look for reasons to go to VAR, to be fair. I wouldn't say it was a stonewaller. I'll take it. That's all I'll say.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think that was a penalty. I didn't think Liam Scales' one was a penalty. I just think that we're getting to the point of just insanity now.
I don't know the handball rule, to be fair.
We're getting to the point of insanity now. We can't do it in football now without being either given as a penalty. I don't really know it. But at the end of the day, but they decided to give the Liam Scales one. So as we've kind of said, if you're going to want to be this, buzzword that they brand about consistency and all that, then you're going to have to give it. The second half, it was mostly, to be honest, it was all Livingston, to be honest with you, in terms of actual action. We had the ball, but Livingston, every time they went forward, I think.
I was going to ask you that question. Should we be concerned with the second half drop-offs in general? Because it seems to be a trend.
It's been a trend under three managers, hasn't it?
I was going to say that happened a lot under Postecoglou. We would put teams away, and it was just a natural drop-off. And I know it's garbage to watch and understand. It's
Brendan, it happened under, then even O'Neill it happened under. It was like we'd have one decent half and it would just completely fall.
I think that's
true. Don't mind that as long as the games are dead, I suppose.
Aye, subconsciously, I think sometimes with the players, other times it could be a fitness issue with this team. I don't think this team are as fit as they were under Postecoglou, for example. I think that's the hamstring injuries will tell you that as well.
And Liam, I don't honestly think you're going to get the complete way that Wilfred Nancy's going to play until the summer.
Aye, full pre-season in that under him.
Aye,
definitely, mate.
No, because I think Nancy did. I don't know if you on Sky basically spoke about it. He was like, I'm not annoyed. He says, but I'm a bit frustrated with the second half performance. So I'm glad he's noticing that. I see there's I just think people are overanalyzing every single word that comes out the guy's mouth. I don't like it. I think it's quite petty, to be honest with you. This myth that apparently, because he said he's not wanting to win and all that, he doesn't want to win. I mean, if you believe that, I don't really know what to tell you. I look at it, I think Nancy's had a lot of his criticisms and he still has, but at the same time, I think people are it's becoming a bit hysterical, to be honest with you. And people are analysing every single word that he's come out his mouth, and you're just like, why do that? So, and I think it was the 20-minute Tims. I think I put it in the group chat. They put a tweet up, and it's like, under Martin O'Neill, we won that game, or we got the result. See, under Wilfred Nancy, some people come out and say, oh, we got the result, but the tactics are this and this. The defence is terrible.
That's the system.
That's the difference, and I don't like that. At the end of the day, Wilfred Nancy we have said consistently, judged on results. He's got the 2 results. Our defensive performance need serious work, probably. Of course it does. But there's only so much that Wilfred Nancy can do within a month.
See if you break down those 2 goals a day, Livingston, but for me, again, that's nothing to do with the system. That's to do with just terrible defending from a player that's completely off form. Individual error. Genuinely, that's 2. And that could have been, I don't know, could have been 4-0 today. You never know what's going to happen in football. But you can't keep blaming this system thing. People just claim.
Sorry, Liam. The only thing I will say about this, 1 minute under Rodgers, you're getting the horseshoe death. When you're entertaining, and especially in the first half of the day going forward, I thought we played some great football on a no very easy pitch to play on, and trust me, take it for somebody that was at the game. The conditions were horrendous, but you can't hit it both ways. You either want entertaining football or you want results. You can't hit it both ways. I think people just need to take a breath, and I know that is very common to me, but I've just seen things the last 2 games, and I'm like, all right, well, hopefully it gets better as it goes along, and I think that's where I am at the minute. Just keep getting results.
Aye, because
I'd prefer a 4-2 result over a 1-0 any day of the week.
Aye, it's not boring, at least. That's one thing. It's not boring. And the thing is, I look at it right, and I listened to about the post-match on Sky, McFadden, Boyd, and Scott Allen were talking about it, and they were saying, I think a lot of it's psychological, right? Because I don't know what you think it is, but I think at the moment the fear factor's not there when they cut against Celtic, and they think they can go. And because let's look at Livingston, for instance, they were able to press us in. See, once you start once you get a proper centre forward in there, you're not going to. And because it realistically, this system is different tactically, but there is a lot of similarities with Ange. The difference is Ange had a goal scored on Kyogo, you had Abada, you had Jota, so you weren't really worried constantly focusing on the centre halves, because teams were getting pushed back because we'd be 3-4-0 up in the first half, and they were like, oh shit, we don't want a maul in here, so we'll just sit back.
And Josh, it should work in Scottish football, because we should win 95% of the games.
It works if you get the right players, and in certain positions at the moment we have no goat. The right
Well, we've
players will
not in
give
the
them.
window yet.
It's
So
actually a good tactic if teams are sitting in as well, because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to provoke the press. He's trying to create then the space and then the overload. So it will work, but as you said, if you've got the shite defence, and that's where you're going to leak goals consistently. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the main thing that we're going to need to fix, because we shouldn't be going to Livingston and have it facing 18 shots.
what
At
I
Livingston.
would say,
Ridiculous,
John, Nancy's been unlucky in the respect. We've no had Vickers, we've no had Johnson, we've no had Sarachi. Any one of the three would do a better job.
Aye. Because there's been a few times when we get out the press today, and there was one where Hattati had like mountains of space and we were in. You know, you had McCowan gone one way, then you had maybe Yang gone the other way. I think it just broke down going forward.
I thought.
I know it was good, I think, but the problem is, again, sometimes when we get in positions like that, Yang would blaze the ball at the park, and McGowan would blaze the ball at the park. So that's the same issues. No, Nancy can't. That's what I continue, and that's why, you know, 2 wins in the trot for me. He's on, as Alistair said, and I agree with him on that. He's on a results basis at the moment. He needs to just try and keep getting
game
results.
basis, you mean?
It's just, but at the end of the day, if he can keep getting results to give him time to get to Giant, I think he will get Giant now, no matter what happens, kind of with the results at the moment. Also, we get Muller
thing is, we're back within a game of Hearts.
Aye,
So that's no a bad thing, considering it was only a couple of games ago we were up at Tanner, think, God, we're 6 points behind. We've kind of got the 3 points back. So just head down, try and win as many as you can, and hopefully we'll get in.
what I will say is, if he loses one game, it can be back to the whole get to fuck, because that's my big fear thing. It's like he's got to get one dodgy result. Say he gets a bad result on Saturday against Rangers, right? And we got to be back to, is it just going to be, he's maybe, you know, going to, he's trying to, maybe I'm coming across too pro Nancy here and trying to, like, pure stick up for him, but maybe it's just me, I'm being quite sympathetic towards him. I just think he's been given a hand that, you know, at the end of the day, he's come out here to implement his style, and he's not got the right tools to do that, and that's no fair on a manager when he's not been given the tools to do just that. And at the end of the day, he's also been given one of the hardest months of your season to deal with, coming in mid-season. So, I don't know, maybe I'm just being pure sympathetic. I'd like to know what he's actually think, but I just think the guy needs our support as well, because he's trying to learn on the job as well, Liam.
No, listen, mate, I totally agree. He's been given a really tricky hand. The timing was all off. We already discussed the timing. Not really his fault. He still had the balls to come in. I think he maybe had the opportunity to wait a bit later, but he decided to come in a bit earlier so he could have a few extra weeks before January, so he could kind of weigh up the squad and see what they're all about. But for what I heard today as well, I think the fans are behind him. But as you said, I think it's maybe one, you know, bad result away from getting back to that Nancy get to fuck, which I hope doesn't happen. It really depends. If we can get a positive result with Motherwell, then that kind of tees it up nicely for the Rangers game. But anything can happen now, just the way we're playing. So I'm with you. I wouldn't call myself. Well, I'm a pro Nancy because he's our manager at the moment. So I'm not going to be no pro Nancy. Do you know what I mean? But I can see positive signs. But as we discussed earlier, it's just the drop off in the second half. It's a wee bit concerning. But there's loads of pros and cons with this team at the moment, and I'm just trying to take as much pros as I can. To be honest with you, aye, I'm pro Nancy. Aye.
I think what he needs, Josh, is, and I think the last 2 performances, I know it was Aberdeen and I know it's Livingston, but the way we played, I think will buy him time.
But and the way we play is not going to change. He's like Ange. You know, we played Real Madrid the way we played Aberdeen.
Had we just won 1 or 2-1 or something, and we both were with 6 points, I think people would say, nah, this isn't what we expected. But the fact is, we've really battered teams. I mean, once we went 3-2 up, certainly in the first half, I was a bit like you, Liam. I thought it was going to be 4-5-6-2. I really did. But I honestly think as well, if the games are dead at half time, like a lot of them were on it underhand, who cares if there's a drop half? As long as the games are the 3 points up the bag and we can regroup for the next one.
Plus, players on the robots, you can't expect just to batter every team for 90 minutes. You're at somebody else's ground, you're away from home, they're going to have spells. It's just how you deal with those spells and how you ride the storm. And as you said, you were at the game, it was very windy today. So you need to take these things into, context. And as I said, you can't batter teams all the time. I know it's great to watch, but I'll take a 4-2 the day, great first half. But I still think we could be doing things better, as in the basics in the second half properly, and still pepper the goalkeeper, etc. I think that completely fell off today.
Aye. I don't know, I could be completely wrong, but I think a centre forward makes all the world of difference in this team.
Somebody that can hold on to the ball.
Aye, somebody can get us up the pitch. Like, Jaime's fear into the opposition. As I said earlier on, look at Dundee United. We should have been 4-0 up at half time. Look at Aberdeen. We should have been 3 or 4-0 up there. Hearts, we probably should have been at least 1-0 up at half time. Maybe St Mirren we didn't really create as much, to be honest. But but the thing is, I just think, and yeah, again, I'm not trying to pick on the guy, but Johnny Kenny, I really struggle. He really annoys me. He does. It really, really annoys me, and I struggle to actually kind of see what he
can't buy a break, then. But he cannot buy a break.
I don't think he's doing himself any favours, though.
He's not doing himself any favours. There's a point where the ball comes into him, and he just... I had a better first touch. I could have controlled it better, honestly. I mean... And then there was a point when he pressed the defender, but it was kind of like a half-hearted press.
Mm-hmm.
And the defender...
Through the motions.
He's just... he's just no... I think kind of sucked.
You see the one in the second half, Jan squared it and he's no there.
That's
all right. He doesn't anticipate anything.
See if he was like getting shots and goal and the goalkeeper's making save after save and it's hitting the bar and then you'd be like, right, you're trying here, but I don't really... It's a real struggle to kind of see what he's trying to do. This team in the down need of forward reinforcement, especially up front.
I genuinely think we need... I know this is a match review, but I've already said to you privately, Josh, my transfer wish list, I think we'll get 3-4 players, but 2 strikers and a winger, maybe a centre half. That'd be my kind of wish list.
Fucking hope so, man. Listen, as soon as that window opens, I want to see a striker within a couple of hours. I'm not even kidding on. I really think we need one in to play against Rangers as well. That would be such a lift.
Aye.
Somebody can come straight in and play system. Well, they'll need to get their act together, man.
They have to.
Story,
They've publicly backed this manager. They have publicly backed the fans. The fans can't be asked with the board as it is. They've publicly backed this manager. So if they don't back him in the summer, because if they think this squad's good enough to win a league title, newsflash, it's not.
I'll be honest with you, Josh, and I'm not saying this, right? I'm not saying this. If it was Rangers that we were getting chased by, they'd be a lot more players getting linked.
I think so.
Because it's Hearts. I genuinely believe that.
And that's just the complacent nature of the Celtic board. They don't take challenges serious enough.
They're so reactive though, Josh. They're never
Aye.
proactive. It's really amateur hour.
And if we don't win the league, their reactive will be, all right, we'll back him in the summer then. You know, and everybody will go, oh, that's a brilliant Monday, and then no realise, oh shit, it's only because we failed. Because you look at Ange, he only got back because he had to. Well, let's be honest.
That started to tail off as well, by the way.
Exactly.
That started to tail off. His first kind of year was really exciting the way he got players in, but that definitely tailed off. And I remember him, he came out with a certain couple of statements.
That's it.
That was the one. That was the one, Alistair.
I genuinely think they were scared of Ange Postecoglou. I genuinely think they were scared of Ange Postecoglou. I don't blame him.
He's a bit of a big guy, isn't he?
Is there a problem here?
He's like a bouncer. He looks like a bouncer, doesn't he?
I could just imagine that summer going to like Lawwell's office, kicking the door down, Aussie accent. Here, where's my players?
Just the way he talks with that voice in it, it's pure. It's a bit like Sean Dice or something. They've got that crazy voice, man.
Oh, my favourite Ange Postecoglou quote was the Kenny McIntyre. Did you know like the result, mate?
I remember that actually.
But no, I can see kind of like in terms of attacking, I can see similarities in terms of like I would go back and look at Kyogo in the second season. He would absolutely. That's just I don't think we need Kyogo at the moment, but I don't think we need Kyogo at the moment. I just think I've kind of made it clear that I think I want a striker who's been scoring goals whatever country he's in. And you might need to pay an extra, a few million for that, but that's the situation we're in. We need players in China that are going to come in and they're going to hit the ground running.
A striker with
the board's in a scenario where even if someone's worth, just an example, someone's worth 10 and we need to pay 15, we're going to need to do it because we're in that situation where we have to. Whoever spends the best in January is effectively going to win this league.
I go back to 2 years ago when Rodgers was first here, and I think Rangers had a bit of momentum, and people were saying, "Oh, you need to sign Shankland." With Rangers, they were going to sign. I think they could either, if they signed a striker, they would have basically won that league that year. I thought, and they were linked with Shankland, and they never signed Shankland. I think that's weird because I think if we miss the boat with a striker, and it needs to be a good striker, we could, because I generally think if we can get the recruit. I think my Hearts, Rangers, and us, I think it's going to be whoever gets the recruitment right. Because Hearts need some, freshness. Rangers' recruitment in the summer was horrific.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Josh. If we beat Rangers, they're out, in my opinion.
I don't know. It's 6 points, Alistair.
Wouldn't it be?
Oh, so it's 6 out.
If we win against Motherwell and then win against them, it would be 9 if they win their game.
9 points, aye. So no,
I just think that would be a big ask.
It's a big ask if you're consistent, and we're not waiting 4 games for a victory. At times, we need to, and that's the thing. That's why I'm saying I think we need to look at the recruitment and go at right. Who can we buy here? Because I think if we can bring in good recruitment. The
only thing I will say, Josh, when the transfer window is, they're going to back them with players. It's just what kind of players. That is my money.
They have to be quality. It can't just be quantity, and they have to effectively fit his system straight away. In my opinion, they've not got a lot of time to bed in, like people to learn it. So it's probably going to be people either from the MLS or people he knows directly. I reckon.
I will keep an open mind. I don't want to go down the English football route because I think you get shafted if you stop doing there. Quite frankly.
There might be a few people in there as well, just because it's January.
You're playing them in a leg.
Aye, exactly.
Well, that's no excuse for Celtic because there's teams up and down Europe getting players in even before the window's open. Hearts have got 2 players in already. There was like Leon are doing business quite early. So I'm not buying this shite that it's a hard window and all that pish.
It's only hard if you make it hard.
You take Big Yakimakis back.
I'm not a big fan of taking players back
Nah, I'm not either.
No?
To be honest, he's had more clubs than a fucking golf,
A
more
golf
clubs than a
bag.
golf bag, man. So nah, to be honest,
I like the big man, to be honest. A good
I
I
start.
like Giakoumakis. I think he would get goals in the team. I would say that. I've just never ever been the biggest
Well-
fan of taking players back.
What I would say to that, Liam, if you're sitting here and you're offered them a cut price, a good deal, I take it.
I don't think it's expensive.
He shouldn't
he's
be a first choice.
Where is
No,
he
no,
now?
of course.
Actually, is he just left or
I don't know if he was at the same club as Greg Taylor.
what? Pauk?
Aye, I
I
think he was
can't
there.
see this, by the way.
Oh shit! Wait a minute, I've done something. Sorry.
Aye, right. There you go.
Are you happy now so you can see it?
Aye. It's a wonder if he'd been cut off.
No, I've maximised your win pay by accident.
Aye, no bother.
I know he was at Pauk. I think is he still
Aye.
there?
I'm not too sure, but I was reading something yesterday about it.
I'm going to
Was
see
that?
what it is. Georgius.
I was reading something yesterday and it was just saying that he wanted
So, we should be looking at that African Cup of Nations, see if we can pick up a player.
I'm sure there was a boy for the Swedish league that.
I got him, but
Aye, that's right.
I would
Still at Pau.
say this, we mind when we go to Neki and Lagerbielke, they were in the Swedish league.
Well, listen, see Lagerbielke, in all fairness, he's done all right since he left us, and he was all right before
Aye.
us.
Is it Dragon? So.
£50 million release clause.
Giakoumakis is still at Pauk at the moment, so
He scored goals everywhere he's went. That's the thing. I think he's a good goal scorer. Him, good mentality. But I get what you mean. Going back the way, I totally get it. It's just that nostalgia sometimes. But I don't know. I just didn't think he got a fair crack at the whip. If that makes sense. He was never like the main guy. So he would maybe come back with that feeling that he's something to prove. Because Kyogo was the main guy. Fuck aye, man. Jesus, he's like Van Basten compared to fucking Kenny.
I'd walk into this team up front.
Mate, I would score goals in that team.
I'm being
fucking
serious, man.
guarantee it.
He's generally, I just don't know what he brings. I mean,
He
stand
came
by
to
it.
Shamrock Rovers, didn't he? So that would need investigated.
That's
Exactly, mate. Let's get that written away. No,
I hate being so harsh on the guy, but it's just he's not making it.
Cheers for the header in the semi-final. Johnny again.
and that's all he's done. No one to let's be honest.
Last goal.
It would have been, I think so.
Aye.
Aye, we still continue to fucking play him. I mean, fucking hell.
Aye, I know. But to finish up, I mean, man of the match, I think it's pretty obvious for me. Negrin, I'd say as well.
Aye, I think you can get to anybody else. I think he's the finish alone that was it to make it 3-2.
3-2.
That finish was ridiculous. Man. It was hardly any backlash or anything.
If you remember last goal, it was kind of similar to, remember the one Derek Reardon got at Livingston? The ducking volley.
Oh, aye. He, by the way, he was some player, I know, technically, wasn't he?
Aye, but
Strachan didn't like him, did he?
there's a reason.
Just something to do with his daughter somewhat, is that right?
Aye. It was allegedly.
Strachan was hard work for that. He used to fight with everybody, man.
Aye, well.
He used to be giddy, I know.
Aye.
No, but I thought Negrin was decent. I thought just with his goals, but I thought it seems
By the way,
to.
would you stick Negrin up front? Would you actually maybe try
I think
he's
not an out. I'm going to be honest. I think the reason Johnny Kenny's getting played. I think Negrin is a striker. If you want my honest opinion, I think he is. I think the reason Johnny Kenny's actually getting played is because he runs about. I'm being honest here.
You can just play me then, because that's what I would do.
Just runs about. I mean, I think he's playing. I would say Negrin's playing like kind of like a false nine. So he's dropping back, but he's also in that kind of striker role, I've noticed, and he's picking up. He's in like a kind of the head of a diamond. So he's kind of like dropping kind of back. So I think he is kind of inadvertently playing up front. He's not the striker.
My thought there was if you put him more or less where Kenny's playing, then you can bring somebody else in, and Kenny's not there. There's no kind of point.
Niguin's probably playing that kind of false 9.
Aye, no, he definitely is.
Aye,
he drops back in that.
Aye, no, I think so. But I think overall he's been kind of. He's the one of the players that Nazi seems to be able to get a bit of a tune. I think we've kind of maybe finally found a position for him because obviously he was getting played right, left wing, number 10, number 8, and it was just getting ridiculous, to be honest.
I don't know if any of you seen this, but did you see Taneki and Barkley could not even go off the bench for Tunisia, the Democratic Republic? They're not even getting off the bench.
I'm not even surprised, to be honest.
It's not great, is it? But no, I thought overall the days were pretty decent. Obviously, we just need to keep trying to keep moving it on, but obviously at the same time try and limit the amount of times how open we are on the counter. But I think that's always going to be there, unfortunately. I just think once we get a bit more firepower, you start, scaring teams, and teams won't be as.
I think Nancy's attitude will be all right. I've no got defenders now, so I'm just going to try and score my way out of trouble.
I mean, if it works, then you need to give him his due. I've got a bit of admiration for him because he sticks to his guns, and I kind of like that about managers that do it. I admired Postecoglou for it, so I'm not going to, turn around and say I don't admire this guy.
The only thing I will say, the thought of this in Europe scares me.
Forget about Europe just now. The squad's not going to need it. I've just kind of forgot about Europe now. The squad's not well. Even under Martin O'Neill, if he was to take a squad at Europe.
I was thinking, God forbid, Champions League qualifiers.
No, I'm talking. I was talking about Europa League. Forget Europe. This team are nowhere near it in terms of Europe. The board don't want is anywhere near Europe anyway, so I don't really bother to think about it anymore.
Can you just stump it, Josh?
Well, that's.
What's your thoughts on Sinisalo today? Actually, just
I thought he looked a bit nervy.
Aye,
he just be due to lack of games, to be honest.
I was going to say that he's like anybody else. If you bring somebody in at the college, be unfair to judge him in one game.
I just think there were certain times he could have caught the ball. The keepers these days do this double jab thing, and it fucking drives me nuts, man. I don't know if I'm old school, but catch the ball, man.
The only thing
I get gloves on for.
I would say, Liam, as I said to you, the wind was blowing a gale.
I'll give him the benefit of doubt. I don't think you could see it much on the TV. Like there's certain times you could, certain like angles and stuff, but with things like that, I didn't see it much. But I'll take your word for it.
Trust me, mate. Honestly,
no, but Spike will be back in on Wednesday because something. So I think
he's on the Manjaro. I heard.
Apparently, he done an injection in his shoulder. Should have had
Manjaro.
I had it months ago.
No, but obviously it's a good win, and we need to just kind of keep moving on. Really, I think that's where we're at the moment in terms of trying to get results. But before I wrap it up, any tweets get any more final thoughts before I wrap it up?
Can I just say, well done to the Celtic fans today for being patient. One turnstile in 15-20 minutes to get in. A lot of people were coming in 25 minutes into the game asking us what the score was. So, well done to your patience, but also please for a bit heavy-handed as usual. But that's.
But you get in the grunt, so stop moaning.
Aye. You go.
Stop moaning.
No, to be honest, I'm just glad we got 3 points, and I was happy with the first half performance. Second half we tailed off, but overall, I'm delighted with 3 points, and obviously Hearts dropped points as well, and that was good to to see. That was a good game, actually. It was a very
No,
good
it
game.
was a good game, man.
And it was nice to see Craig Levine made an ass of himself.
By the way, we were talking, Josh, that Mulligan is, I think he's a cracking
The
player.
Rangers made a massive mistake with signing that boy, man. Honestly,
Oh,
massive
God.
mistake.
Would
I
you
was watching
boys?
the day.
I'm
No,
gonna
no,
ask you
no.
then, would
We
you?
won't. No, don't even say would we, because we're not getting them. There's teams in England look like in the Premier League looking at them.
If it was up to me, 100%, I would even
boat-
maybe take a punt on Bowie, I know, maybe.
I would, but
Yeah.
there's not a
I
chance.
think Bowie's too. I think Bowie's too rough around the edges.
Well, if he's rough around the edges, I'd love to know what you think of Johnny Kenny is.
No, but you know what I mean.
I know, but
Kenny just get the edges, I thought.
but stay cutting edge for a start. But no, but no, I'll wrap it up there. I think for the day's video because we've been gone for nearly 40 minutes, which is ages, man. But well, obviously we'll be back probably through the week at some point. We build up to that game on Wednesday against Motherwell. But until next time, we'll speak to you later. Inhale, hail.
Hail, hail.